Judges Corner is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the best online retailer for Magic the Gathering singles and sealed product, and gatheringmagic.com, your place to explore the game. Now it's time for Judges Corner.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Judges Corner. Today we're going over an ability that I'm sure is returning to Magic Origins. Mark Rosewater has even gone out of his way to say that this ability deserves a 10 on his scale of abilities that he likes the most. Heck, even an offshoot of this ability has received an 11 out of 10. A 10 out of 10, an 11 out of 10? I mean, come on. This ability is long overdue for a reprint. Banding. Alright, so here's the rundown on banding. When you attack, you may declare one group of creatures, all with banding, and up to one other creature without banding as attacking in a band. You've got your Benelish Hero on the bass, Nalathni Dragon on guitar, War Elephant on the drums, and Liliana, Heretical Healer, as the lead singer. So, your band is going to a show and attacking through the crowd on your opponent's side of the field. The entire band is in agreement. If just one of the creatures in your band gets blocked, they all get blocked. So, even if most of your band has evasion like Can't Be Blocked, Shadow, or Flying, if just one creature on the ground is blocked, they're all blocked. So let's say that happens. Your opponent blocks the War Elephant with a bear, but not just any old bear, a magical bear. Anyways, they block with this bear. Suddenly that dragon up there in the sky and all the other ground troops are blocked. Now comes the fun part. When the time for damage comes around, the band player gets to ignore most of the fundamental rules for a damage assignment, and may choose how they want damage to be divvied up. So, for example, the bear's damage could be divided as 1 to Liliana and 1 to the War Elephant, or even all 2 towards Liliana. None of the creatures have to die, and if they pump the magical bear to make it a magical 5/5, then you could instead assign all the damage to just one creature in the band, sparing the rest of the attackers. Your opponent has no say in this American singing competition when it comes to assigning damage to the band. Speaking of War Elephant, how does trample work in a band? Well, you assign damage in whatever order you want. So you could assign 1 from the dragon, 1 from the soldier, and then 2 from the elephant trampling over the bear straight to the defending player or planeswalker, since the blocking creature already has lethal damage marked on it. However, Liliana wouldn't also be able to trample over, because she doesn't have trample, and your creatures don't share abilities while in a band. And about those players or planeswalkers, when your band attacks, they don't split up and go to different shows. You have to attack with all of them at the same planeswalker or player. If part or most of the band dies before they get to the club, the show must go on. They will remain part of the band until the end of combat. And band members can't be part of multiple bands in the same combat. Not cool, bro. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at banding in reverse. So, when blocking with banding, you don't need a bunch of other creatures with banding to benefit from the ability. Just one creature needs to have banding, and then all of a sudden, all of the other blocking creatures are cheering and singing along. This is because, when you're blocking with a creature with banding, you get to decide how their creature deals combat damage to your blockers, in addition to assigning normal combat damage to their attacking creature. You may break the rules for how you assign damage while blocking, and suddenly, that Siege Rhino doesn't look so threatening. If you blocked it with a 2/2 baby bear, a 2/2 normal bear, a 2/2 magical bear, a 2/2 fake bear, and a 1/1 Timberwolves, you could divvy up that 4 damage and assign 1 to each bear, saving all of your creatures. If it was a 2020 Merit Liege with Trample via War Chariot, then blocking Nalathni Dragon and a 1/1 Spirit token could end up having all 20 damage pummeled onto the token. So what about bands with others? Well, you basically follow all of the same rules in regards to attacking or blocking with a band when you band with other things. But instead of needing a bunch of creatures that have banding and up to 1 creature without, instead you just need the 1 creature with the bands with other quality and a bunch of other creatures with that quality that don't have banding. You can put them together in a band and move forward and go crazy. Let's go ahead and explain that in a bit more detail in our next example. So, if you had an Adventurer's Guild house out, you could band together all of your legendary creatures with your Azusa. You could even band some of your legends with Azusa and the rest of your legends with Dromoka. Expect to see bands with riggers and contraptions in the future. Okay, all joking aside, that's really how banding works. If you have any questions about this episode or any other questions in general, you can always send us an email at judgescorner@gatheringmagic.com, and I'll be happy to get back to you as soon as possible. Or you can leave a comment below, and myself or someone else will be happy to reply. Until next time, make sure to shuffle, like once or twice, play until you get the time, and then play some more because you've got all the time in the world, and then rage quit gloriously. Flip those tables.